Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ahmed Zulfikar. I am a student from University of Indonesia. Today, I would like to present about my research, entitled as "The Role of Internal Cost of Control, Subjective Norm, Entrepreneurial Efficacy, and Attitude Toward Entrepreneurship, and How They Can Differentiate the Intention Level of Being of Entrepreneurial Intention." And this study used former migrant workers as subject or respondent. Okay, the data collected from Central Bureau of Statistics in August 2021 state that the number of open unemployed people above 15 years, or at least 9.7 million of people. So this lack of job opportunities in the country makes working abroad as an attractive option for both job seekers, including to be an for migrant worker. So, but the problem is the migrant workers who which returning to Indonesia is lack of their skills of manage their own financial. So this leads them to spend most of their income they receive on consumption things rather than productive things. So many experts also believe that the internal entrepreneurial sectors play integral part of or crucial role in improving country's economy. So as Spitzer also said that the government hopes remittance from migrant workers will be invested in economic activities. But the first step of increasing this to number of entrepreneurs is to grow the intention, or we can say as the entrepreneurial intention. And many researchers also agree that the most important factors to determine the intention of being entrepreneur is self-efficacy and the TPB contract, the concept or theory of planned behavior by Edson, and the locus of control. So this question, the research question in this research is basically just consists of four questions, which is how is there any influence of internal locus of control, subjective norm, and entrepreneurial self-efficacy and attitude toward entrepreneurship on the level of entrepreneurial intention. And the purpose of this study also to determine the relationship between internal locus of control, subjective norm, entrepreneurial self-efficacy, and attitude toward entrepreneurship on the intention level of being entrepreneur. So the entrepreneurial intention itself is a plan or desire to create a new company or start an organization. And while attitude toward entrepreneurship refers to extent to which a person has a positive or negative perception in developing an entrepreneurial career, while subjective norm is a social pursuit that individual feels when carrying out intention or behavior. Self-efficacy itself is the extension in which individual believes in his skills or capability in finishing what they want to finish. Locus of control is defined as a person level of belief to meet certain expectation, and whether that belief comes from itself or internal or come from outside, or we can say external locus of control. So this is the hypothesis of the research. So this research has only four hypotheses, which all agree that the internal locus of control, subjective norm, and self-efficacy, and the last one is attitude toward entrepreneurship, has a positive and significantly effect in the differentiate level of entrepreneurial intention. So the respondents in this research is collected by the former migrant workers who were domiciled in province of East Nusa Tenggara and West Nusa Tenggara, which is where they are returned from abroad, from the country they were work, and live at least a year in a country where they domicile. Gall and Borg and Gay Mills and Eurasian suggest the minimum samples of 15 until 13, or at least 10% of the respondents as a sample. This study itself used 40 people as the respondents. So this research also used discriminant analysis, which aims to determine the value of independent variable, and also cluster analysis as the one part one little part of the discriminant analysis. As we can see in the slide, all of the items and all of the variables can be known as qualified or valid and reliable. So therefore, it says that reliable and consistent instrument. Which the next is demographic analysis. As we can see, most of them are female, which is 68.5%, and most of them also are 72.2% is already married, and 45% are 31 until 40 years old, and 38.9% or almost 40% are finished as elementary school, and 69.0% is already have entrepreneurial background. So before we move to the discriminant analysis, we divided the intention level into the two big parts, which is high and low. As we can see, the classification itself proves that is used to assess how well the discriminant function is able to grouping this case correctly. So based on the calculation, the result is 84.6% out of the 100%. So it is quite good enough. So based on the cluster analysis, as we can see, the entrepreneurial self-efficacy is the only variable which insignificantly or do not significantly affect in differentiating the level of intention. So from all of the variable, only 3 of them have positive impact and significantly effect, because the score or significancy level of entrepreneurial significancy is more than 0.05. As you can see, is 0.194. And the last one is, after going through the stepwise phase, it can be seen that the ATE has the most influence, significance, followed by subjective norm, and finally the ESE. If the phase before this, ILC is the most, ESE is the most, the only variable that do not have a significant factor effect. Well, in this stepwise, ELC is proven as the only variable that do not have a significant effect on determining the intention level of being entrepreneur. So based on the result in the analysis that has been carried out, it can be concluded that subjective norm, ESC, and AT are the 3 significant factor and making the best modeling in determining the intention level of being entrepreneur. So if the discriminant value is getting closer to 1, it means that the variable is more significant in influencing a person's intention in entrepreneurship. And the conclusion of this hypothesis is only one hypothesis, which is the first hypothesis, is being rejected, which is internal locus of control has positive impact and insignificantly in effect in differentiating the intention level of being entrepreneur, while the other variable, which is subjective norm and entrepreneurial self-efficacy and attitude, is positively and significantly effect on differentiating the intention. While other than the ILC, result of this study confirms the previous study about the eye influence. Therefore, the locus of control should be studied for further research and to be determined their influence of determining the level of intention. This also confirmed the NASIP research, which is this low ILC influence by cultural values by both countries, which is we cannot compare a country like Malaysia or Indonesia with a country like the United States, England, and Australia, which have a different character of people. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention and participation. Good afternoon and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.